Alright. Okay. Okay, and count me down, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. This is one of those unofficial, like, random stream of consciousness vlogs because I'm mad about some shit and I'm mad about some things going on in the disability rights community because y'all missing the point. Okay? The fact that my city is fucking suing Uber because of 14 people in electric wheelchairs couldn't catch an Uber, and y'all don't understand the business model of Uber, and Uber isn't a transportation company. Really, it's an app company that just happens to take advantage of the shared economy, and nobody has decided to reach out to Uber. We in the disabled community, instead of trying to solve problems, we want to throw lawyers in situations. That bothers me. When specifically, because I'm from Chicago and I take public transportation in Chicago, and I know 7 months out the year when it snows, you can't in certain areas, because I live in the south suburbs. And right before I left to come back to Dallas, they did Channel 9 did a story, or Channel 5 did a story, where they talk about people in minority communities, disabled people in minority communities can't get out their house because when they shovel the snow, nobody cares about the side streets, nobody cares about the sidewalks. But we don't. But y'all want to sue Uber. But Access Chicago, y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all want to sue Uber. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand the business model of Uber. The business model of Uber is you're getting non-professional drivers who are not trained to share rides with people. Two dudes built an app. Basically, the app is, we're gonna build an app. You sign up to drivers sign up to drive. We give you this app. We put you on this app. You drive around. The people that need rides, they get access to this app. They put all their information in the app, and then if they need a ride home, and you happen to be in an area, they can contact you through the app. You come get them. You pick them up. That's a tech. Uber's a tech company. That's not a fucking transportation company. You just
Can I interject something I found out during my situation with my family here recently?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. I actually called Uber's headquarters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Uber saw that there was a gap in what the dude called the humanity of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
He said because as long as the vehicle accommodates the customer, we don't care who drives it.
That's the thing. They're not a transportation company.
What the dude said, because I'm a beast. Once I get on something, I'm gonna figure it out and go to the ends of the earth to find out the answer. Correct?
Right.
Okay. He said that they have a pilot program that they're working out on the West Coast, where Uber leases the vehicles for the accessible vehicles. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard about that.
2 different drivers. And he said the reason why we haven't rolled it out everywhere is we already know the backlash that we're going to face in certain cities. And we're trying to set up being able to deal with that backlash first. If you think about it, it's smart.
You read what I posted on the page, right, with the lawsuit.
You're right.
And you also read the article about it, right? So you read the lawsuit that I posted and the article about it.
Right.
here's the thing though, and this is what makes me mad. Like, and I'll bring something else up. Okay, and this is another thing that bothers me about people, the disability rights movement, and we in it because I'm a commentator. I'm gonna start doing interviews and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a commentator. I put stuff out there, so I'll put myself in this category, right? But I think of it as from a different standpoint because I'm fucking not trying to get over on shit, and I see like, okay, I have there. Let me fucking find that damn article.
And you know the guy that I spoke with at Uber, he said, "Man, just give us time."
But see, here's the thing though. But see, here's the thing though, and this is what bothers me about the Chicago situation, and this is what bothers me about the disability rights, not disability rights movement, because the movement is fine. But some of the activists and some of the people that want to run around and bitch about everything, you're not solving problems. You just want to bitch about stuff. You're not solving anything. And I'm gonna read you a quick article that people got offended about, but you realize that he was solving problems, and I'm gonna point it back to Uber for a second. Give me like a couple minutes to read this. Okay, Archer's Challenge has able-bodied people using wheelchairs to highlight inaccessibility. Let me read this article real quick. This week, hundreds of able-bodied people in Austin, Texas. By the way, that's Anthony Joslin, by the way, freaking contributed to this blog. And he's helping me out with this because I don't feel like I need to do this by myself. Anyway, this week, hundreds of able-bodied people in Austin, Texas will spend a day in a wheelchair to raise awareness of accessibility issues. The people in wheelchairs face and other mobility devices face on a daily basis. The initiative is known as Archer's Challenge, started by 20-year-old Archer Hadley, who has cerebral palsy. Archer's Challenge began in 2015 after Hadley was frustrated by the lack of automatic doors at his school. Quote, "Because I'm disabled, independence is a little harder for me," Hadley said in a video about his organization. "One day it was raining and I'm trying to open the door. Water is gushing on my back. I'm getting soaking wet. I tried this for about 5 to 7 minutes. I got really frustrated. That's when I realized, hey, I've been to a lot of public places with automatic doors. Why can't I do something about this?" Let me highlight that quote. Why can't I do something about this? From there, go ahead. Sorry?
Basically, he started a grassroots movement.
Exactly. From there, Hadley reached out to school administrators at Austin's Independent School District to discuss swapping out schools' regular doors with automatic doors at $5,000 to $6,500 per door. The school could not honor Hadley's request for automatic doors, but Hadley wouldn't take no for an answer. So he decided to raise money on his own by creating Archer's Challenge. In the challenge's first year, students in Austin High School could nominate another student to spend an entire day in a wheelchair, with each nominated student paying $20 to participate. Quote, my last participants thoroughly understood why we needed buttons, Hadley said. After last year's challenge, Hadley had his peers raise more than $112,000, enough money to install electric doors in his high school and 4 other Austin high schools. This year, the challenge runs from October 10th. Go ahead, Ant.
But you know what else?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question. Here's my only gripe about this.
Wait. Can I? Because this is gonna be long. Can I finish real quick? Because I got like 2 paragraphs.
Go ahead.
This year, the challenge runs from October 10th through the 15th, and all the money raised benefiting Rosedale School, a school for children with special needs in Austin. And it's not just the students participating, educators, college students at University of Texas at Austin, employees in Austin's H-E-B grocery stores and Cabela's outdoor retailers, and locals local and state government officials and local news and media personalities have their own designated day to participate. On Monday, Kaliki Wilder, chief meteorologist at CBS Austin, did the channel's weather forecast from a wheelchair. This is my challenge to do the weather in a wheelchair. Windler said, as you saw, it's a lot more coordination involved, moving the chair and pointing to maps, and of course using the weather clicker. And then they have a video of her awkwardly doing the weather forecast in a wheelchair. Now, say what you got to say, because I have something to say here.
Okay. Historically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Austin is one of the most accessible places in the United States.
Okay, I agree with you. Next to Berkeley, like it's Berkeley, it's Berkeley, it's Austin, and it's the capital. So yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does that say about Roberts? What does that say about Dallas, Texas? What does that say about Chicago, the actual city? What does that say about Wichita, Kansas? What does that say about, other major cities in the world? I was watching something about overseas. I forgot where it was. It might have been Sweden, where they basically have put in a bike path / good place for a wheelchair to roll sidewalks everywhere. The reason why I'm saying this is we just want to be included at the same level.
I feel you, but you know what the problem is? Know what the problem is? This is gonna piss off a lot of people. The Americans with Disabilities Act, and me and you have talked about this privately without recording.
That is bullshit.
It's broken. It's not bullshit. It's not. Wait. It's not bullshit. Because I'm not gonna sit up. Wait. Hey, hear me out. It's not bullshit, and I'll tell you why it's not bullshit. Because there are certain aspects of my life, because you and I are both pre-ADA babies, okay? Like, there are certain aspects of my life that have gotten extremely better since the Americans with Disabilities Act was enacted, and I grew up seeing the changes, right? But here's the problem: don't nobody want to challenge the law. We want to sit around. Everybody wants to sit around and bitch about, how we got lack of accessibility. How we got lack of accessibility. They have people, which is what pissed me off about this article. They have people saying that the fact that they said, now I get the argument, because this brother's idea is not a new idea. We've had advocacy groups do this for years. Have people that are not disabled sit in wheelchairs. We've had people do that for years. When you become a physical therapist, one of the last things you have to do before you get your degree is you have to sit in a wheelchair for a week, and you have to deal with being in a wheelchair for a week, or being paralyzed for a week specifically, because they had to make it to where they couldn't really stand or move. They had to do that for a week, and you have to interview somebody with a disability before you graduate. So I know this because I've been interviewed twice. Okay, from the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's nice that they know. From the grand scheme of things, awareness sometimes really doesn't do much. In the grand scheme of things, here's the problem: they got mad at the whole awareness thing and how you sitting in a wheelchair for a week or a day or whatever it is, that's not, they're using it as some emotional thing. But no, the crux of the article is a dude with a disability got mad at his situation, tried the right way to get mad at tried the right way to solve the problem, went to his school administrator. The school administrator is like, no, we don't really want to do that. we don't really want to do that because of money. Because legally, because of the ADA, because the ADA is fucking broken. The ADA is broken because we got minimum baselines for everything to be code to pass code. We got minimum baselines for everything, and all they want to do is do the bare minimum for accessibility, and nobody challenges the law. We want to run around and we want to sue everybody because we don't get our way. Challenge the law, reform the law, but nobody wants to reform the law. No, when you talk about reforming the law,
wants to update the law.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
16 standards.
That's what I'm saying. But we want to run around and get mad and be like, well, just like the Malcolm X college situation. I told you that story. About the girl that was in a scooter and she wanted doors. She wanted electric doors put in campus. School was like, nah, because we're already, and then she tried to use the ADA, and the school was like, well, the ADA is already, we already up the code with the ADA. We'll do this, but we don't have to put doors on, we don't have to put electric doors on campus, because the baseline accessibility requirement started by the Americans with Disabilities Act is the following. You get one entrance. We get one accessible entrance and one accessible bathroom. And what I mean by accessible bathroom is a stall. We get one accessible.
I had an interesting situation with that this week.
But y'all want to sue everybody. All the rights activists want to sue everybody. Let me go back to Uber. Instead of figuring out how to solve the problem, because, oh, by the way, the pilot program in San Francisco, they got access in San Francisco, but you know what happens when you ask a tech company that really doesn't have experience running transportation, that basically is just letting the common man run the transportation. When you start making a private company and that really doesn't understand what's going on, you know what happened? They bought a whole bunch of, and I think the same thing happened on the East Coast too, because they did a pilot program on the East Coast as well. You know what happened? They hired a bunch of people that really didn't want to. They hired a bunch of drivers, or they paid a bunch of drivers a little bit more money to do this. They weren't trained, and it failed. They're still doing it because they have to, but it's failing. Instead, what people should do, instead of bitching about Uber and trying to sue them, what they should do, since it's in Chicago, since the corporate office is in Chicago, why don't we get some people to go to Uber, and it's like, hey man, why don't you reach out to some disabled drivers with adaptive vehicles so we can solve this problem. It's not a transportation company. It's not.
To be honest, the guy that I talked to at Uber, he fully anticipates becoming entrenched as far as this issue and dealing with the transportation side of it. He said that's not the problem. You know what he told me the problem was?
What's the problem?
He said the problem is this. He said to get into certain markets, to do it the way we want to do it, he said it's like several, what do you call it, government restraints
Yes.
that's set up to keep like issues like in Dallas, dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I told him that you can't get a disabled cab because Dark uses them all, you know what he told me?
What?
He was like, that's not fair either.
But we don't want to talk about that. Here's a thought. Since people want to be so fucking helpful. And I'm sorry if I cuss too much in this, but this is what happens when Pushing While Black gets a little angry, because people just don't, because I I'm a graphic designer and I'm a marketer, and I've actually been, and I don't use the disabled transportation system. So yeah, like, so when people fought for the right to catch the regular buses, oh, by the way, I was one of the people whose mom carried his wheelchair on the bus because we didn't want to use paratransit, because none of these advocacy groups in these cities that want to sue Uber and want to do all this other stuff. Nobody wants to fight nobody wants to legitimately fight these organizations. Tell me, why is it, man, that we gotta spend $3 a ride to go to do what we gotta do if we catch paratransit? You exclusively use paratransit, Anthony, and every place you go, you gotta pay $3.
Right.
If you go 3 places in a day, that's $9. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
The reason why I do it, as opposed to what you do, is I've seen people in my hometown get beat up, robbed, disabled people, and I'm just not gonna go.
But bro, I'm not talking about the reason, bro. I'm not talking. We understand the reason. Me personally,
you're saying, why does it cost?
Why does it cost that much? Why are none of these agencies? Because, oh, by the way, this happens in Chicago too. I gotta pay if I catch paratransit, I gotta pay $3. I gotta pay $6 a day. I refuse to pay that much money. Able-body. If I catch the regular bus and pay able-body fare, it's $5 for a day pass for the whole day. So I can take 3 or 4 trips in a day and $5. If I take 3 or 4 trips in a day using paratransit, that's $12. Why are we not fighting that? But you want to fucking sue Uber. And oh, by the way, the pilot programs that they're unveiling in the West Coast, in the East Coast, which they're probably going to unveil in Chicago, and they're probably going to have to tell them, hey man, we're working on it. You know what's going to happen? There's not going to be a lot of people to do it, and then they're going to overcharge us. So your right that you fucking won, that you don't even need to sue about. The right that you fucking won is gonna cost you more money. When in Baltimore, if we lived in Baltimore, the paratransit fare is $1.87 a ride or something, and we gotta pay $2 for it. We gotta pay $2. But ain't nobody fighting that. Ain't nobody fighting the fact that that as disabled people, we gotta pay the more money. We make the least amount of money. Half of us are on fixed incomes, but we gotta pay more money for everything. You and I talk about this all the time.
Hey, that's a valid point. That in my sleeplessness last night, I didn't even think about it.
What do you tell me? Like for every one disabled person, there's like 7 jobs. Right. We support 7 people, and we make the less amount of money. We make the least amount of money. Even the ones of us that have quote unquote made it. We make the least amount of money, but we support the most amount of people.
Right.
But y'all wanna sue fucking Uber. You wanna sue Uber. Okay, what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna do the same thing that they're doing in San Francisco, because the pilot program was in San Francisco, and the pilot program is also, I think it's either in New York or Boston. I'm not sure, because it's out on the East Coast too. So they're gonna sue Uber. Uber's gonna probably pay you to go away. By the way, that really doesn't solve anything either. Uber's gonna put the pilot program out. And then people are going to bitch about how expensive the pilot program is. Or people are going to bitch about the fact that you're not getting...
You told me that one percent of them doing the pilot program,
what?
It has to cost within $1 range of what an able-bodied ride would cost.
But what people are actually saying is, because disabled people are using the pilot program, and what people are saying in San Francisco is they're overcharging you. That's bullshit, because they're overcharging you. Because there's an article about it, and I gotta find it, but this was just such off the cuff. I haven't really I didn't really do the research that I wanted to do with it. But yeah, when the pilot program came out, people were like, "This is bullshit," because they're overcharging us, and they don't have a lot of and it's bullshit too because they don't have a lot of vehicles. But the point that you mentioned about Dart brings me to this. I don't use paratransit often. I had a job that I had to because I worked nights. And even though my job was really close to my house, I wasn't trying to push through 3 apartments. As much as you think I'm a superhero, I'm not a dumb one. So
man, wait. Where's the camera? They moved it to the ceiling thing.
Here we go. Here's the camera bit.
He is a superhero.
Not a superhero.
He's a single cat. No kids. 35 years old. And he looks, well, this is validated by one of my female friends. He's reminiscent of Common. So send your emails, your slightly used underwear.
Shut up. Don't do that. Have random people just.
Take care of Christian days. He's single, ladies.
Wow.
He is a superhero.
Wow. No, I'm really not. But no, man. I had to use paratransit because I'm not trying to push through 3 apartment complexes at 10 o'clock at night. My area is decent, but it's not. I'm living next to Section 8 housing, like up the street from my house. That's how weird Dallas is. Like you can have like $1,000 apartments on the same block as Section 8 apartments, but that's the South. But anyway, so you get to know drivers, and a lot of times they would send cabs out. And you get to know drivers. And one of the things that a cab driver told me is, because I asked him, because I asked the cab drivers, I'm like, how do you like driving for Dart? Because he's a new dude. And he's like, yeah, I like it, man, because really, like, my job is dead now because of Uber. He said, like, I can't make a living as a cab driver normally. I have to do this to manage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to do this to live. Because Uber is, like, killing our industry, man. Like nobody wants to mess with cabs anymore. Everybody would just call Uber. So he said, especially now because it's not, like, especially in the winter months, he's like, now I can still kind of do cab driver jobs, but he said, like, in the winter, this is how I'm able to feed myself because everybody's like calling Ubers and stuff. So, including disabled people, by the way, because I've used Uber. I know people that matter of fact, we got a mutual friend that uses Uber all the time to go certain places. Just putting them out there like that. But
no, the strip club can't.
That's not me. That's our mutual friend. I just want that to be known. But yeah, like, so here's a thought, people that want to sue Uber and bitch about Uber. One, your public transit system sucks. Bad. It's really bad. Okay? Your public transit system, your door-to-door public transit system, nationally, this is for everybody. Nationally, the door-to-door public transit system, the para whatever, sucks because we pay the most. Why don't we talk to some of these? Why don't you reach out to Uber and develop a plan? Because they're doing it themselves. Uber's doing it themselves with little help. Instead of hey, let's figure this out. Instead of that going on, we want to, instead of reaching out to Uber and trying to figure out, hey, they do have a pilot program that's happening. Just give us time so we don't run and we don't sue everybody. Or hey, why don't we? Because disabled people are some of the most educated and smartest people that I've come across. Why isn't anyone thinking like, hey man, why can't you convince one of your friends that has the minivan that with the lift on it to become an Uber driver? Why can't you talk to Uber, or why can't you reach out to Uber and you develop a plan?
Why can't it be a combination of both?
As far as what?
People becoming Uber drivers for accessible situations. The paratransit getting better and more proportionally affordable.
Right.
And why is it that why can't there be public transportation expansion?
And why can't we work on that? See, the reason why I brought up the Archer's Challenge thing. You can say whatever you want about able-bodied people sitting in wheelchairs and that one-day experience thing, and you can be outraged and you can be mad and you can be whatever. But he solved the problem, and his organization is solving problems. We're not just talking about it, but we're solving problems. Instead of being, we're gonna sue Uber. Okay, sue Uber. It ain't gonna solve the problem. It's not gonna solve the problem it's not gonna solve, because you're gonna find another way to bitch. They're gonna find another way, because it's already happening. People are already complaining about the pilot program in San Francisco and in New York. And oh, by the way, good luck with trying to do something like that in Chicago, because you know how many unions. You know how many unions is going to be in Chicago that's tied into the public transit system, that's tied into everything there? The cabs union, the public transit system there. We don't even have a central public transit system. We have PACE and we have CTA. PACE is more for the suburbs and CTA is for the city. They work together, but they're under the same Chicago Transit Authority thing, but they're separate things, and CTA runs better. The door-to-door service is more convoluted than it is in Dallas. Like, dude, I went and I got the little application that you fill out, because you got to fill out the application to get your ID to use, paratransit and to get your discounts and stuff. I was reading that application. The convolutedness, and I don't know if that's a word, but of what you have to deal with, because there's zones and there's all types, and it's like, man, look, I just want to go to work. It's like I just catch the regular bus and learn how to do the trains, and you know what I'm saying. And I get what you're saying, man, because in your neighborhoods, dude. In your neighborhoods, man, people have gotten beat up, people have gotten robbed, and to be quite honest, I've had some situations where I was on the bus or we're not necessarily on the bus, but I was waiting for somebody, and I had a guy at the West End station. He just would not fucking leave me alone, and I had to buy him a bottle of vodka just to have him leave me alone. I'm in my walker, bro, and I had to walk to because where the West End is, the West End is like split into.
In the West End.
Huh?
In the West End. Wait a minute, they moved the camera over the door. You are in the West End.
Yeah.
Hey, Walker.
Yeah.
You're a fucking superhero.
Not a superhero, man. But no, man, like I had, bro, I don't know if I was in my new one or my old one, but this dude I'm sitting there, right? And this dude is like, hey, man, and I didn't have any cash on me either. Always, people, if you're going to be out there in the world, always carry like a 10 spot in your sock, just for this situation. This dude was like, I'm sitting there waiting for the bus. I'm waiting for the 183 to come, and this dude and I start talking, right? And it becomes apparent that he needs a little drinky drink, to get his day right. And mind you, it's 5 o'clock at night, right? Or it's 5 o'clock in the evening. It's still light outside. Do you know I had to walk to the liquor store with this brother and buy this brother like a bottle of vodka for him to leave me alone?
I am not walking nowhere.
But I'm just saying it was one of them situations where I would have had to be in a physical altercation with this person. And I'm on my walker, which means I can't really use my hands because I'm gripping like the walker to balance. So it's like I had to literally like walk to the liquor store with this brother and buy this dude, and I had no cash on me. Because if I'd had a 10 spot, I'd have just gave him a 10 spot and he'd have left me be. But I had no cash on me, so I had to charge a fucking bottle of Smirnoff.
You ain't nicer than me, bro.
No, I didn't want to get in a fight. That's it. Because he was one of them people. Because see, I get in situations where I meet people where if it gets bad, I have to fight you. And rather than, that's why I'm like, I'm nicer in certain situations because I'm not trying to fight you. And this was a situation where he was not going to leave me alone, and I just didn't want to fight him. Because I've been in a couple situations where, because you in like, because I used to work I worked in the hood, so I live in North Dallas, but I worked in the hood, and I'm coming from work when this is happening. So if you've ever been in the West End, Anthony, and I'm not saying the West End is a bad place because it's not. But that transit center is like because a lot of people are coming from North Dallas home to South Dallas. Like there's Wimmer Hutchins is out. There's a bus to Wimmer Hutchins out that way. There's buses to the Cliff. There's buses to West Dallas, East Dallas. You know what I'm saying? That's like a main transfer hub. So you're meeting a bunch of people. So in certain situations, I'm not cussing you out because with certain people, I'm gonna have to fight you, and I wasn't prepared to take no L. If I was in my wheelchair, I'd be a little bit more okay because I can use my hands and I can tackle people and because he wasn't a big dude, he was a little guy. But I just didn't feel like trying to figure out how to fight you on a walker, so I just bought the dude like a thing of vodka and he let me be, and he gave me some bum ass.
This segment has been brought to you by Sun Tzu, the Art of War.
I mean, it is what it is.
Local bookstore, probably on YouTube. Check it out.
But you see what I'm saying? Like I'm just I wasn't trying to fight nobody. So it's like, all right, man, I got a Visa card here. I told.
This is gonna be clean. This has also been brought to you by Ramon. Where are you?
No, why are you doing that to me, man? But you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. You figure out like how to manage, man. You know what I mean? So, but it's like I don't even know how I got on that shit. But it just like I get what you're saying, man, about how you use the door-to-door service because of your situation, and I get that, and I know a lot of people that use the door-to-door service, man, because just out of safety issues and stuff. Me,
you want to hear something? Okay, I'll talk to you that when we're not recording.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Can I just interject?
Go ahead, man.
Disabled people need to focus on the right shit.
Thank you.
You focus on the right issues, all this stuff will be eradicated.
And the most chief issue to me is reform that law.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a damn about.
The most chief issue to me is take the stigma out of disability. There's a lot of functional, great people with disabilities.
And this is, and going back to the article, to the Archer's Challenge, what you just said, taking the stigma out of disability, that's what a lot of people were on. Like, would this still stigmatizes disability? Yeah, it does, because people look at a wheelchair as a sign of weakness. I'll be the first to tell you, my wheelchair is a sign of freedom. Because I can do a lot. Because I can kick. Huh?
Your wheelchair is a sign of strength.
Sign of strife?
Strength.
Yeah. But when I say freedom, there are things that I can't do because of my endurance issues, because of my CP and other things. There are things that I can't do on a walker that I can do on my wheelchair. I can cover a lot more ground. I can move a lot better. My wheelchair is a sign of freedom. It's not weakness. It's never been weakness. I used to think it was, and then I actually started using it for things, and it was like, oh shit, I can actually move around better. I can actually go fast. I can actually go fast. I can actually fight people if I had to. Better in this. Which is kind of weird to say, but yes, I can actually fight you in a wheelchair better than I could standing up. And I'm not saying that I'm out there throwing hands and stuff, but yeah, I can actually defend myself better in a wheelchair than I could in a walker, which is why I just decided to take that L and spend that $10 for that bottle of vodka. But, you know, like, but see, that's what they were on. When people were reacting to the article, they were reacting to the fact that, man, they got people cripping it up for ratings and all this other stuff. And I get that, because that's tacky. And one day because honestly, I think awareness is bullshit anyway, because awareness without action is a waste of time. Yeah, I'm gonna make it, yeah, you're aware. Like, dude, the job that me and you met at, there's a certain issue that I'm not going to mention, but you and I know about it. They're aware of the situation, but they're not doing anything about it. They've been aware about it for 2 years. They've been aware about it. They've been aware of, they're aware of disabled people. They're aware of what disabled people go through. If you're not going to do anything, it doesn't matter. Right, it doesn't matter. They're talking about that. I get that. But understand the foundation of the challenge. The foundation of the challenge is because able-bodied people don't give a fuck. Ableism is real. They don't even understand. Able-bodied people don't understand what ableism is. Bro, we can't even be outside, homie.
Yeah, I can't be out.
As disabled people, we can't be outside, bro. We're not allowed to be. It's odd for us to be outside.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something very funny, and it happened. Okay. I'm going to be honest.
Go ahead.
I have 2 different size feet. One foot is like a 12. And the other foot is like 14. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So I'm out in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm standing in front of the place where I was born and raised, and I have no shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
There's an altercation at my house, which I'm not really involved in.
Right.
And the cop goes, say, you want to put some shoes on? I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I mean, no, your feet are out. So I'm going back to my sister, and she has on some sandals, right?
Right.
I said, her feet are out.
Right.
But she has on something on her feet. And I was like, I mean, her toes are out. You can see her whole foot mostly. It's just crazy how they try to make us feel about ourselves.
Bro, I got one better. Bro, like, I got two better, actually. I got off of work. I had to run an errand. This is like Tuesday or something. So I was running errands, and it was like 8:00. Now it was dark outside, right? So I missed the 8:00 bus. I'm going to go catch the bus, and I'm leaving. Where was I leaving? I was leaving Office Depot or whatever, and you got to push through a parking lot to get to where the bus stop was. So, and I'm used to doing this. This is not like an odd thing for me. So I'm pushing through the parking lot, and then
This is Christian Dean's superhero moment.
Shut up. So I'm pushing through the parking lot, man, and this lady like pulls up to me. This lady like pulls up and she's like, "You got it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay." You sure? I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay." Then you had another lady. You had another dude. Like he pulled up and he's running out and I'm screaming at him, "I got it. I'm good. Get back in your car." Cause seeing a dude in a wheelchair outside is like, I don't know, like, are we fucking unicorns or some shit? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, and it's just like, we're not allowed to be outside. If you see a dude in a wheelchair, like, I'm just a person. I'm just a dude.
Well, see, I've never had that. I've always had this, like, okay, hey man, I know you play football. What position did you play?
Yeah. See, you get that. You get the what position. I get the do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need, like, dude, do you need help? Or you got it? Or at least once a month somebody tries to give me money. Which that happened yesterday. Like somebody tried to give me money. I don't know if this happens to a lot of people in wheelchairs.
It only happened to me once, man.
Bro, it happens once. Huh?
It's only happened once.
It happens to me at least once a month. At least once a month, somebody offers to give me money, just because I'm out. Like I can be on a fucking iPhone, dude. I can be on my iPhone. I can be listening to music. I can look better than the person. I can look better than the person that's giving me the money. But they offer to give me money. Like I went to 7-Eleven. I went to go buy some food. You know what I'm saying? I like. In one of those big like liter bottles of water. I come outside because they only give you bags, right? So I come outside and I rebag my stuff in my book bag because I have at least 2 book bags on me. I have at least 1 book bag on me at all times, and sometimes 2 if I'm shopping, right? I'm on the phone. I'm on an iPhone. The iPhone 6 is like $500. I'm on an iPhone, so it's obvious I have money. I'm wearing blue jeans, I'm wearing shirt, and I'm wearing polo. No holes in them or nothing. I'm not dirty. I'm not paying. I'm putting stuff in a book bag. A guy comes up to me and offers to give me $7. I'm like, no, sir, I'm good. But you just saw me outside. You don't know me from Adam. I don't look dirty. I'm not holding a sign. But you feel the need to give me money just because he's in a wheelchair. He must mean he's homeless. But these are the same people. When you ask them to help in a homeless situation, they won't do it. Stop. So I get what it is. So I get the whole perception of disability thing. But a lot of advocacy groups rely too much on that. Solve problems. And I will say this until I die. Change the ADA because it's broken. Stop celebrating it every year. And it's done wonderful things. but change the law. Because right now the law doesn't have teeth in it. And one of the reasons that the law doesn't have teeth in it and people hate it and people are scared and nobody wants to hire us and all this other shit is because they're afraid to get litigated. Because all we want to do is we want to get mad about something not being accessible to us, and we can't figure out how to hack our disability so we can live better, like you and I have, like me and you talk about all the time, like me and Kingsley talk about all the time. Bro, do you really want to get into the ableism in the disabled community? Because we can go there.
Hey man, I already know that this is going to be a two-parter. We're going to have to do it on 2 platforms. But fuck it.
I learned playing rugby, man. That is different. It's just and it's nothing bad. Like, because I have friends and I have friends and I have associates, man.
I have a quote from Martin Luther King that I would like to say.
Go ahead.
That is pertinent to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice
this is everywhere. I have friends in all forms, dude.
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
In this case, you say that it's a small thing, but it's really not. It creates a ridge in the movement.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Because me and you have had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
The movement is fractured.
Okay, and that's the reason why they can get us. And then also, the movement, the money is in the wrong places.
They don't, but dude, they don't want to. People don't want to. I guarantee you, when I post this, bro, I can guarantee you I'm gonna have conversations where, okay, what's your deal with the law? Because people don't understand that the ADA is broken. It's broken. It's broken. And I'm probably gonna get some and I'm probably gonna get some shit about this too.
Another thing,
Mm-hmm.
It works different for a person that's lily white than it does for a black.
You made that point. I didn't, and that's something that black disabled people have been saying for. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I thought I lost you. That's something that black disabled people have been saying. Now that I'm kind of know about, like, now that I'm kind of friends and Facebook friends with black disabled activists there, and I'm kind of like, getting in that world. That's what a lot of people have been saying for years, And when we talk about, but see, I'm always looking at it as because I understand racism, but from how, and me and you have talked about this privately, ableism has affected me more than racism. And now I'm starting to realize that, hey, they go hand in hand when you start, like, academically learning about some things and then kind of, like, going back on some stuff. It's like, that makes sense. But yeah, like there are more opportunities. There are more opportunities. There's more opportunities. The perception is different. But yeah, like nobody. But yeah, like I mentioned with the public transportation thing. There are certain parts, like if I live in Chicago, if I go back to Chicago to live, the best place for me to live is on the north side. Or straight in the city. That's also the most expensive, but those are the best places for me to live. Not necessarily as a black person, but as a disabled person, because I know I can go to work every day. And I know, like, being snowed in isn't really going to affect me because they're going to take care of everything. But I live in Robbins. My family house is in Robbins. My family's in the south suburbs. They don't shovel sidewalks. So how am I supposed to get how am I supposed to get around? There are people in like lower class neighborhoods that are black that can't get out their house because they can't get out their house in the winter because nobody's shoveling
And
their.
then, bullshit too.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Let me explain how. People know being shut in your house is bad to your mental psyche. It's bad to your socialization. It's a lot of things that go wrong when you stay isolated.
But my point is, your access is different based on where you live. Your access is different based on where you live. We need to worry about that. We need to worry about that more. We need to worry about now and the job situation. 60 to 70% of disabled people are not working. That goes up if you're African American by 20%. I don't give a damn about handicap parking. I give a damn about how people perceive disability. But can we work on that? Can we work on that, please? Can we work on that as a movement, please? Can we, instead of worrying about fucking Uber, cause y'all gonna get y'all wish. Everybody's gonna get their wish, and Uber's gonna do what Uber does to try to placate shit. But here's the thought. Okay. But yeah, like, can we work on that? Can we not focus on? Cause see, it always ends up being somebody going to the news station or calling or emailing the news station to get something done, and these advocacy groups are really not helping. But y'all want to sue Uber.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this to people that work at those advocacy groups. They make $40,000, $50,000, sometimes $100,000 a year. Why not put that in the hands of a highly functioning disabled person?
Why not hire disabled people?
Right.
But I'm just saying.
You just saying?
But I'm just saying. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all want to fucking sue Uber. Y'all want to sue Uber, but half the city when they get snowed in can't go nowhere. Y'all want to fucking sue Uber, but the door-to-door service where they actually train people to give a damn about our safety when we're driving around. Y'all want to sue Uber, but we gotta pay $3 a ride to go places. But y'all want to sue Uber though. But you want to sue Uber because 14 people couldn't catch an Uber ride. Really? And oh by the way, we getting shot, especially at an especially large clip in Chicago. But y'all want to sue Uber? Okay. Miss me with that. Change the law. Everybody wants to, we want to get on TV and yell about Malcolm X College not being accessible when it actually legally it is. And everybody wants to be outraged, but ain't nobody challenging the law to change the baselines of what accessibility is. They don't understand, bro. I'm out there.
I know you out there, bro.
I'm out there, dude. Half of these people don't even understand how inaccessible this country is.
Right.
And you worried about fucking Uber? I got people getting run over. That happened like 6 months ago. Somebody got run over trying to catch the bus because somebody jumped the curb and he's in the grass and he couldn't move. But we want to worry about Uber. On the real though, fix the problems that we're actually dealing with. We got mad over a damn movie, bro. We got mad over that damn Me Before You movie before anything else.
But if you would let disabled people be a part of the production process, you wouldn't have that bullshit.
But
I'm gonna be honest. I watched the show Speechless.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
You know why? Because there's a chick with cerebral palsy quality controlling the scripts. But okay, I'll give you that. You know how but here's my problem with that. You know how there's a Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
You know how there's a black Hollywood, right?
Right.
Have you saw Birth of a Nation yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, not gonna ruin the movie, but I'm gonna mention a point. Everybody's worried about Nate Parker, and because everybody's like, the movie flopped, it was a failure. No, it wasn't. It was a failure to white Hollywood. It wasn't a failure to black Hollywood. Black Hollywood loved that movie. He's about to get Essence Awards. He's about to get BET Awards. He's about to be like beloved in the black community, and he's about to get a lot of black money. Okay, it's not about to get white money, because when you do a story about Nat Turner, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get now critically. You can't deny that critically that was a problem. That's why Sundance was like, this is gonna be awesome, and that's why like there's early Oscar buzz. White people are gonna shut him out of Oscars. Don't worry about that. Get your black money. But I bring that up to say this. You know how there's a white Hollywood and there's a black Hollywood, and you can kind of find your niche if you're a black actor, and you can actually make a decent amount of money in black Hollywood and making like black movies and stuff.
Yeah.
see Terrence Howard, but I digress. Where's the disabled Hollywood at? Where are our filmmakers? Where are our storytellers? Where are we? And that's a white and black disabled thing. Where are we at? Nowhere. You know why? Because we want to bitch about not getting an opportunity instead of making our own.
Yeah.
We got disabled actors bitching about ain't nobody casting us because they're casting an able-bodied. They're giving able-bodied part. They're giving our parts to able. Huh?
I'm gonna say something in their defense. Hollywood was sued back in the '60s about not hiring minorities to play minorities. And they started a law or something where it has to be a minority playing a minority.
In San Francisco, they reached out to Uber. They're working with them. Guarantee you, these people didn't reach out to Uber. They just sued them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're worrying about the wrong shit, man. We just are. We don't even understand. There's a discussion now about hidden disabilities and non-hidden disabilities, and then you find out that like 70% of the black people that get shot that are getting killed by police have some type of hidden disability or some type of mental health disability or a learning difference or something's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we're kind of agreeing on. But as far as like physically disabled people, we're not even allowed to be outside, man, without it being an issue or without it being like a damn we're unicorns and shit. Like y'all want to get mad about able-bodied people sitting in wheelchairs for a week, but this kid solved the problem, and this fundraiser is gonna raise a bunch of money to better the accessibility of Austin, because the government isn't doing it, and y'all want to complain about Uber, and nobody thought to get their disabled friends that know how to drive to become Uber drivers. Nobody thought about that. Nobody thought about these companies that outfit these vans. Nobody thought about, hey man, can y'all get an Uber? Can y'all hire somebody to be an Uber driver? Where's the marketing in our movement, man? Where's the free thinking in our movement, man? Where is it?
It resides in 122. The free thinking.
Where is the free thinking, man? Where is the people that are bitching about we can't get no acting jobs? You know what a lot of actors have said, what Seth Rogen has said, what a lot of the people that he runs with have said.
What?
Because Hollywood wasn't fucking with them. You know what they said? They had to figure out how to write their own stories.
Right.
Quit asking for permission. Write your own shit. Spike Lee figured.
Saying the buzzwords, man. Would you stop saying the fucking buzzwords?
Bro, I'll give you another example. Spike, you know the Nat Turner story was supposed to be written and produced in 1970? 1970. In the 70s. Spike Lee shopped that script. And asked, and this is common knowledge. Spike Lee shopped that script. He tried to get funding for it from white folks. White folks was like, nah, man. Or I think it was the 80s. White folks was like, we ain't paying for this. So he couldn't get it funded. Quentin Tarantino does Django himself. He got funding for it, but himself. It was a cult classic, as most Quentin Tarantino movies are. Nate Parker got funding. Nate Parker, that was a low budget movie. In practice, he got funding. Spike Lee funded his movie. Spike Lee helped fund his movie. You know how much black money went into that movie? That wasn't bankrolled by a major studio. That was independently funded by people. We better figure it out, man. That's all I'm saying. Figure it out, man. You want to throw a lawyer in the problem every time we have a problem. Okay. Or y'all want to get on TV, but don't nobody want to change the law. Oh, the law would make them. That's what the story with the Malcolm X situation was. The ADA, what is it? There was like an ADA like center or something downstate. The law would make them do better. Like, change the law. So we gotta do litigation in order for people to act right. We gotta sue somebody for people to act right. We ain't gonna change the law though. We ain't gonna ask for reform. Ask for reform. I know there's disabled lawyers in the world. In this country. I ain't no lawyer, but I'm just a smart person. This is one of them situations where I told Ant, like when we first started doing these, I was like, man, there'll be situations where I'm just gonna call you up and I'm just gonna say, bro, I'm recording, let's go. And this is one of them situations because I feel like I just feel like we rely too hard. Huh?
Do you feel like you held me hostage?
Yeah, because it's basically just me going off for damn near an hour or a little more than that. Because it bothers me, man. Because people don't want to do anything. There's a lot of people that they don't like a lot of people. Like, man, I have Ralph tell me something, and it makes me laugh every time I think about it. Ralph saw me waiting for the bus, and he was on his way from work. He was on his way home, and he picks me up, and he takes me home, and he's like, dude, let me ask you something. Please don't take it the wrong way. But where are all the other disabled people at? I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I know they exist, but you're the only one that I've seen out. Like out waiting for the bus or like out in the world. I haven't seen you like 3 times this week.
Which really pisses me off because I'm out in the world every day.
Right. But he was just saying like out and about doing stuff. He was just like, man, I see you all the time. And like I see you sporadic. I see like when we go out to bars, like it's like we're the only ones in bars. We're the only ones like just out doing stuff. And I know you guys exist, but I just see you a lot. And it's just like I'm gonna close with this, and then I'm gonna stop the recording, and I'm gonna close. I'm gonna get off the phone because I gotta do stuff. We gotta fix there's other things that we gotta fix first before we start popping off with these private companies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not stressing about doors, and I'm not stressing about how people. I'm not stressing about doors, and I'm not stressing about like randomness, man. I don't use Uber. I don't really care. I've used Uber before. I know for a fact that they pick up disabled people. But here's a thought here's a thought that people don't understand. That disabled people don't understand. Most people get weirded out by disabled people. So when they see somebody in a wheelchair, they don't know what the fuck to do. If you're driving a convertible and your Uber passenger is a person in a wheelchair, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It's just something that I guess my point to the whole disability thing is we need to figure out our life, man. Like I think a lot of people just want to sit around and not really figure out shit, and it's just like. I'm out here figuring out stuff. Ant is figuring out stuff. Sometimes throwing a lawyer at the problem is not going to solve the problem. Ask people ask Walmart how those disability lawsuits about reasonable accommodation. Ask how suing them is helping that situation. Because they ain't changed. They're not letting you if you can't pass the urine test, you're not working there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna make an exception for you. Heck, here's a thought, and then I'm really close. All these disabled rights organizations fix the loophole as in regards to employment, where you have to do the job independent of your reasonable accommodation or not. Ed, did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Let me reiterate that. Fix the loophole where when they hire you as a person with a disability, you have to do the job independent of your reasonable accommodation or not. Oh, and that's on the bottom of every job application you fill out. But y'all want to sue Uber though. But y'all want to sue Uber though, and y'all want to get mad about able-bodied people sitting in wheelchairs for a week. Miss me with that. Fix that. I'm done. I'm clicking the button. I'm done. Pussy Wild Black out. Y'all can hate me if you want. I'm done. I'm done.